Hi everyone, my name is Deniz, I'm from Hologram. I have a lot to talk about actually, but I only have 15 minutes. So I'm going to have to gloss over a bunch of things. If you want to talk about anything in more detail afterwards, I'll be outside and just grab me. So in our opinion at Hologram, VR currently has enough immersion and enough functionality that it's possible to sell it. And this has been the case for a couple of years, actually. Back in 2014, we were developing stuff at Hologram on the Gear VR that we were showing people that don't have a lot of technological experience, that wouldn't really be tech savvy enough to look on Wired and see how you can put together a cardboard or put your phone into it. And it was actually, the immersion of VR was actually very functionally good. It was already there, but we're still not there with VR regarding having it as a consumable product. And this is something that we are trying to solve at Hologram, and we found a way to do it. We've built a platform that we think will help VR become a much more consumer-orientated proposition right now, rather than waiting until 2020 when more people will have all-in-one Oculuses. So the two problems, actually, what are the two problems stopping everyone from using VR? The average Joe in the street, your gran, or just people that are not tech savvy. What is stopping them from using VR today? And in my mind, it's two things. One is that it takes a lot of technological savviness to actually set up VR. Even if you're going for the mobile solution, you still have to know that that's possible. Somebody has to have told you. You have to go and get the cardboard or the plastic thing, and you have to know to download an app and sideload the content. So this is all like knowledge that's sort of kind of esoteric to just normal people in the street. The second problem is, why do you need VR? Most people don't even need it. The mobile phone revolution happened because we managed to cut the cord, right? And you can put the phone in your pocket and you can still call your mum when you're in the street. But generally, most people don't even need VR. So how can we show them that this immersion is something that they can use? So actually what we're trying to do is distill the immersion of VR and sell the immersion as functionality. And I think we can do that today. So what we've done at Hologram is we've built our own headset, and we've built our own server systems and our own app stores, and we have made it in such a way that our goal was to create the easiest to use VR headset in the world. So this is it. This is the headset that we have. It's as easy to use as a television set. You just press the on button, and there's an OK and a back button on this side, and that's what you use to navigate through the menus, OK and back. It's that simple. You just point at what you want, you click OK, you click back, and you just navigate the menus like that. On the other side, you've got a couple more buttons, but they're not really that important. You don't even have to know what they are. There's the volume dial, and the recenter button. The H is the recenter button. And at the top, there's, depending on your eye, your interpupillary distance, you can change the dials. So it's a very, very simple headset. You don't need to put a phone in it. You don't need a PC. You don't need to plug anything in. You don't need to download anything. You buy this headset, and you'll take it out of the box, and you'll turn it on. The charge lasts for 4 hours. And you have a VR experience right now, and anyone can use this. So we're going to people in the streets, and we're saying, look, take this, use it, and they can use it, and it's immersive. And it's been immersive for 3 years. The Samsung Gear VR has been out forever. And it had at the start, it had like a Samsung phone in it, and this has basically got a phone inside it, like the same technology. It's got a motherboard inside it. And it comes all packaged together, so you don't even need any other technology alongside it. So what do we have to do to make this a viable product? Now, so we've solved the problem that you don't need to be tech savvy. You can just turn it on and you can use it. But what about the other problem? What do you need VR for? Well, what we need is, the way I see it in my mind, is a puzzle with 3 pieces. And we're the middle piece. We're the glue in the puzzle. On the left-hand side, the green piece of the puzzle, that has to be content. We need some kind of content for these people to want to use, for everybody in the world to want to use. And on the right-hand side, with the red puzzle block, we need some method of distributing that content to the general public. And so the next trick that we did, it was after building our own headset, was we said, okay, well, let's streamline the message so that we can be really, really targeted in our message, and not say, hey, have you seen this article on Wired about this really uber cool headset that has this resolution and blah, blah, blah. Instead, we say, would you like an immersive experience in X? And that X could be anything. It could be anything. So here are some examples that I thought up just for the purposes of this talk. For example, we're here in San Francisco, so I went with the San Francisco 49ers. If you walk up to the San Francisco 49ers and you negotiate with them and you say, okay, do you want a San Francisco 49ers headset? Now, what happens then is we have the two pieces of the puzzle already sorted by us because San Francisco 49ers already have that, they just don't have the middle bit. They have content because you can actually go to a training session with a 360 camera, and we've got a framework in which it's very easy to point and click and create video that is like a hierarchy. So you have like an interactive video. You could, depending on your choices, a different video will play. So you can have some compelling content in there. And so you can go with a 360 camera, you can film things all week for San Francisco 49ers, upload them to the server, and then you'll sell it with the merchandising, with the kits. So when a 49ers fan goes into a merchandising store, and they'll see the VR headset, and they'll pick it up, and they'll wonder what it is, and they'll put it on. This person has potentially never ever heard of an Oculus, or never ever read Wired magazine. They're not a tech-savvy person, but they'll see the benefit of it. If they're living in Singapore and they're a 49ers fan, and they can watch the matches in immersion as if they're in the stands. We are already selling the benefit of VR to the mass market in this case. Another example I chose to give was the Discovery Channel, just because I wanted to mention Shark Week. But for television channels at the moment, because of video on demand, advertising is a big issue because video on demand is basically squeezing that whole advertising model. So what they're doing is they're creating content around merchandising that they can then sell. So Discovery Channel is going to Survivor and is putting a tent up with a certain make, and then it's trying to sell that tent, and it has an agreement with Walmart, and it's selling merchandising. Well, we are bringing those two things together because they're already creating content. In Shark Week, they could put a 360 video in with the sharks, and then that will create an immersive VR experience of us swimming with the sharks, and that would be something that they could upload in Shark Week, something that the viewers can download. They can sell the headset along with all the other merchandising that they're selling, with their deal with Walmart and through their television channel and through their internet presence. Another example I would give is Duolingo or Rosetta Stone or anyone that teaches languages. So you can create an experience around learning language, and the headset would be a languages learning headset. It would be a Chinese learning headset or languages learning headset, however you want to create your niche. But the thing is that when you narrow your niche, that gives you the opportunity to create a target and to have a targeted marketing plan around a very, very cheap headset. It's retailing at the moment at $220. So it's actually a product that you would buy that would actually give you this immersion and an immersive way of doing things. So the last square is deliberately blank because, I can't think of all the potential different ways to do this. That's why I want people to come on board and say, well, I've got this brand, or I've got this idea, or there are companies that we're working with right now that are going to use it as an internal business-to-business education system. So their HR department is going to be making videos and uploading them so that their offices all around the world will have the same immersive education experience in VR, and the exams are being put into VR as well, so that once you've actually had the education, we can then get tested in a VR experience, and it's all linked to the servers and everything is online and integrated. So what are we doing? There's three things that we're doing right now immediately. We already have a phobia treatment system that we're using Samsung Gear VRs for. We're going to incorporate that into our headset. There's a financial company that we're working with to create a financial trading education system in VR and to distribute within this headset to just to everybody, to all their clientele. And I really want to do a languages platform, so I'm going to invest in a languages platform, and I'm looking for partners in various languages to help me do that. But there's something that we made while we were developing this. It took us 6 months to do the whole thing. And while we were doing it, we decided, okay, we have to pick one sector that we will develop as we are developing the platform. And so it has to be a sector that solves the two parts of the puzzle. We need the content, and we need the path to market. So we thought, okay, there is one market, there is one sector that's already doing that, and it's obviously adult content. So we made the VR headset, and we put this out yesterday. And already there's an article in Variety magazine, and a whole bunch of other magazines picked it up, Destructoid, etc., etc. If you look on Twitter, There's a whole buzz about it. Most of it is in Japanese. I don't understand what they say. But so what happened is when we made the headset, so we made the VR headset, and we said, okay, you've got the App Store and you've got the headset. And you can just turn it on and you can watch it, and that's it. You can just point and click or whatever video you want to watch, and it's there. So what happened is the people that are creating content loved it. I've never had this experience in my professional life where I had a product that wherever I went out into the market for potential partners, everybody was like, okay, I want to be involved in this, I want this, and this is a really good idea. This is the first time I've had such a positive response from an industry. And so for them, it's a case of whereas they're creating hundreds and hundreds of videos, and they're trying to get people to understand how to download it onto their mobile and install an app and put it into this cardboard, and then while you were putting it into the cardboard, you accidentally touched something, so take it back out and load the app again, and blah, blah, blah. And then as you're watching the video, your mum calls you, so you get a notification, and it's a really bad experience for adult content. So we did that, and then on the other hand, we've got the distribution channels, because already there were adults places to sell distribution channels. So therefore, the headset is out now. It's available on Amazon. People are already buying it. We've opened up the producer platform. It's not a closed system. People keep saying you can't have a closed system. It's not a closed system, because anyone that wants to create this content can create an account, and they can start uploading their content. And this is the same for all the other things. So EAN said, it's currently the easiest to use VR headset in the world, which was our plan right at the beginning. We said, let's make the easiest to use VR headset in the world. And now the press is saying that. This is a visual from the menu inside the app. So the Variety magazine was very nice. The first paragraph, it said that Hologram have beaten HTC and Google to the punch with the first dedicated headset, which was very nice. So going forward, what we're going to add to the headset is, number one, we're going to add USB content, because even though connecting to the internet with this is very, very easy, we've got the WPS functionality where you can just click on the modem and it will connect you to the internet. We don't even want anyone to be that tech savvy. So we're creating a USB-based content platform where you can buy USB sticks, and it's like buying a game cartridge. You just plug it into the headset and you just use it. The bottom picture is depicting somebody speaking, because what I want to do is, while we've got the OK and back buttons, something that we will have probably next year. I mean, the USB will be this year, will be over the next couple of months. It will be an update within the device. The bottom picture is depicting somebody speaking, because I want to get rid of the OK and the back buttons, and I want to replace it with speech. So you can say, I want to watch the San Francisco 49ers last match with the New York Giants, and it will say, you haven't downloaded that yet, you have to pay $1, and so, and you can speak to the headset, and it will be just keywords that you can use to speak to the headset, and that will make it even easier, and that will make it even easier for your aunt to use. And the picture on the right depicts an application that we've made to allow people to create content in a point-and-click interface, video content, and upload it to whatever their shard of their thing is. And that's exactly on time. It's brilliant. So yeah, that's the platform. Any questions? No?
Well, obviously, I imagine there maybe are other questions that aren't for open discussion. And we'll leave them for, obviously anyone can grab you afterwards.
Yes,
I'm sure you'll be milling around the show. But yeah, let's give them a big round of applause, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.